How's it all? Welcome to another segment of Project Legacy. The video all about the accident that me and Muerte are trying to put together in video format for our kids to come and etc, etc, etc. So this is a no figure this, figure that talk figures with a Don chat. Although this is the new lad, Mr. Hellboy, Concept Captain America, Concept Art, and Wolverine, Days of Future Past. He's quite a sought after figure, so I'm just so happy to have him back. But this little king here is just a beautiful, this Hellboy. It's the new one. As Hot Toys have done one before with Ron Perlman, and I think Sideshow did one. This is David Barber from the new Hellboy movie. Yeah, so do yourselves a favor, check out our review of him. He's a beauty.
Yeah, fabulous.
Right, okay. Back to, that's Muerte. He's
Hello there.
Cameraman today.
Indeed.
Because we had a bit of a mistake the other day in this same segment. My fault. Yeah, Project Legacy. So this one's quite an emotional roller coaster for me and Muerte. It's been a long 7 months, but I'm going to start off with a little funny antidote. But before I start explaining, do yourselves a favor, and the movie Total Recall, when he's pulling that thing down from underneath his nose, Arnold Schwarzenegger, keep that in your mind.
Yeah.
Or when the scarab beetles run up that Egyptian in the mummy. Keep this in mind, right? So I'm in the ward. It's about 2 weeks in, and it's time to take the catheter out, which, as you know, is a long tube down your willy into your bladder. So the sister comes round and she's starting to put the tray, the antiseptic, this, that, and to start taking it out. And then another patient calls her from the corner. So she says, "Do you mind, Mr. Innes?" I said, No, go see to him. But, it's in my ward. So I thought, well, while she's away, it's my willy, and I know how sore I can handle, so let me get this thing out. And I'm sure nurses all around the world watching this will know exactly what I've just done. So I start pulling, and I get stuck, So now I'm starting to panic, thinking, my God, is it still attached to the bladder? Am I pulling the bladder out? Yeah, and I'm pulling, and the noises, you're trying to keep, and no one knows, and you back down and pulling. Eventually it came up my willy, like that thing out of Arnold Schwarzenegger's nose, or that scallop beetle. I watched it come up the side of my willy, and it just went plop. For those who don't know, when they put a catheter in, they pump a little ball up about the size of Captain America's head. And they're supposed to let the air out before they pull it. But I didn't know that. I thought I was helping. Yeah, I couldn't wee for months. It would be like me, myself, and Irene. I'd go for a wee and it would be shooting up there and shooting there. But I helped. I got my catheter out.
Indeed, you gave birth to your first marble.
Okay, right, now down to the serious stuff.
Yeah, indeed.
This all started for me about 6 years ago. 7 years ago. I came off, me and my mom were worried because I was on morphine. And I'd been on it for quite a while. So I spoke to my doc and said, okay, let's get off the morphine. He says, great, I can put you on this stuff called Oxypro, which is Oxycontin, but slow release Oxycontin, SR, where Oxycontin quick release is, well, they are for immediate pain or breakthrough pain, and they come in different strengths. But now you must also relate all of this opioid problems I'm having to what's going on in the States right now, the opioid crisis, where people are dying left, right, and center. Fair enough, it's drug addicts that are abusing it and the whole thing. But you have to watch that documentary to understand how this company released these tablets onto the world with no testing. They had the FDA in their back pocket. So now it's affecting the whole world because these doctors, in all fairness, were told, this stuff you can throw as much as at you want at a patient. Give it to him until his pain is gone. There was a guy in the States, I'm on, at my highest, 180 twice a day. And that's enough morphine to knock an elephant out. Believe it or not, this man was on 1,200 3 times a day. Along with his other tablets. He said breakfast was like having a bowl of Smarties.
A bowl of Smarties, yeah.
And so we cut to here now. I just had to explain a little bit about that. We cut to here now, and I'm going to get off the morphine onto the Oxypro. I'm already getting anxious just talking about it.
But try and stay calm, because we want to get the story out of it.
Sorry, Bud.
No, it's okay.
I had enough to get me to the Monday morning, which then I had to see the GP to now start these Oxypro. But my GP, for some reason, conference, holiday, I can't remember why, was away that week. So I seen a locum, which is a doctor that fills in for people. She was supposed to prescribe to me 80 milligrams, and she only prescribed 40 milligrams. I kid thee not, I didn't sleep from that Monday morning till the Tuesday morning when Dr. Hassan, when my doc fixed my prescription. And believe it or not, one tablet cured that whole thing. I picked up restless leg syndrome. I picked up restless arm syndrome. I was dry retching, completely your spirit sinks your... it was just a horrible week. So that's where I picked up all the stressful items that are now plaguing me today. Skip forward 6 years, and about 2.5 years ago, my mom got diagnosed with lung cancer and she passed. And her and my dad had become my best friends. Not only my parents, my best friends. We lived for each other, It was it's been hard since the accident. Anyway, they got me through that first week. But while she was passing, everyone was around at Cooper. I had to be strong for my dad. I had to be strong for my mom. I had to be strong for myself. So I was trying to sort out all the family at home and making sure they beds and this and that. And it was heavy, eh? And one morning I picked up a cot and my back went. And for those who know me, when my back goes, I've had 9 spinal ops. When my back goes, I am crippled, eh? I'm crippled. Especially since they fused my spine without telling me. Another story. Crippled. So I was phoning my GP. I'm up in Cooper, 2 hours drive away. I'm phoning, leaving callbacks because I was taking extra to get through the bloody day with the pain and the whole move. But every step of the way, I was phoning, leaving callbacks.
And doing emails.
I was sending emails to the email on their webpage for that practice. So whenever I'd order my tabs, I would be getting them early or a bit later or a bit early because of what was happening with my mom. So when I come down to here to pick my scripts up, I'm thinking, well, okay, they must know now because they've read the emails. I haven't had any callbacks, but maybe it's because I'm up in Cooper and they know I can't, so they're just sorting out my scripts for me. Little did I know. Skip forward now to 7 months ago. And believe you me, I've had problems with these scripts for the last 15 bloody year with an inept chemist. And just protocols in place that don't work for patients. They don't work for patients and it's horrible. Skip forward 6-7 months ago, my doc calls me in. They haven't even read the emails. No one monitors that email address. The only email address they've got, but no one monitors it. So now I'm starting to be looked at as if, hey, is he abusing our tablets or what? Which I wasn't, and my GP knew it. He knew it. That's why he kept on doing the prescriptions, because he knew I wasn't abusing it. But it kind of got taken out of his hands by, again, an inept chemist and GP practices that just, wouldn't work. So the last 6 months, I've had little to no sleep. Restless legs, severe restless leg syndrome. I've picked up a palsy in this hand that comes as soon as I get like this. It's just been horrible, man. It's just been horrible. And these tablets are extremely hard to push out the blister pack. Extremely hard. So I'm up at my dad's. I push. The tablet comes out. Because I'm in a strange place, boom, 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 it goes down the drain.
One
tablet. One tablet out of 56. Out of 56. So I've been monthly for forever and a day, right? 6.5 months ago, these...
Yeah.
They start telling me I've got to come in every 2 weeks. So I said, okay, this is the height of COVID. They keep making mistakes with my fucking scripts. So now I'm going in, not just 2 weekly, I'm having to go in on different days, stand outside in a queue to pick tablets up that they've made the mistake on. So I made my mouth go. And I said, this is not good enough. These are controlled drugs. What the hell is happening here? I'm one short. I'm going through hell every time I get to that period where the one is short. 2-3 nights before, because of that week I had, I am petrified of going back there. And I'm not afraid to admit it. Petrified. You don't know what it's like. I've got 2 fucked knees. My back's bad. Now they tell me there's wear and tear above the discs. I try to get to see my GP. He says to me, if it presents acute, go to the hospital.
Okay.
This one tablet, 6.5 months. 6.5 months. 30 Wednesdays. Because after the 2 weeks, believe it or not, they put me down to weekly. With no rhyme or reason. You are now weekly, so I've got to stand with the methadone addicts and get my tablets.
And all because of a guideline system that treats you like you have broken the law or done something terribly wrong. And it's disgusting what's going on. And we watched that documentary about the crisis in the US,
America,
and and when you see the extent to which these people are treated so terribly, because it's almost like they're saying you are the reason that you were on 180 a day. You're the reason.
Off at the knee. They're taking them away from their scripts and saying, no, we're not giving you any more. But you've just prescribed the lad 2 years. And you expect him to go cold turkey. These are serious drugs. They're hurting people. Okay,
and so the treatment, the treatment of these drugs is interesting.
It's called the NICE report. It was done by this professor. And on patient access, you've got patient access in this country. You can go on, check your scripts, appointments, da-di-da-di-da. Okay, mine doesn't work for some reason, but So he wrote this report about the opioids in this country. He had to come back with another report to say, listen, GPs, these are guidelines. You cannot treat every patient the same. You can't cut him off at the knees when he's been on it for 20 years. You can't treat him like shit when he's been on it for 20 years, man. And I'm going through hell. Gets to now, sorry, Muerte.
No, it's okay.
They fixed my restless leg syndrome. I fixed it. I did my own prescribing because I didn't have a GP. I get to the level I need. What do? I have one night's good sleep. They take them away. No word of reason. Take them away. So I had to go from the Friday night till the bloody Wednesday till I got tablets again with the game. Restless leg syndrome. Jumping about. When my legs can't do it anymore because my groin is so swollen, I use my back. And that's why the discs are fucking out. Because I'm like the exorcist. And that's 24/7, man. And these people won't help me. I finally get help. A doctor phones me from my I've had to change practices, I've changed practices that I was with for 15 years. 15 years in this country. He knows me like the back of his hand. and I've changed pharmacies, and I've gone to a new practice, and believe me, it's happening again. A doctor phones me. This is now great news. He says, Dale, okay, I had to explain to him how to take this repropanol for this restless legs, and you must hear the side effects of this drug. You don't even want to know. Hallucinations, unusual sexual desires, common side effects. Gambling, going out of control. Watch to see if he doesn't spend money, stupid. And these make me go cold turkey on them. Anyway, this doctor phones, he says, Dale, he says, I've looked, I don't know why they've done this to you, this weekly. He says, listen, I've sorted out the one tablet, so your 7 months of hell is over. I was crying. Doc, you're an angel of mercy, man. So that day, we get the repropanol, come back, I have a good night's sleep. Wake up in the morning, he said now he's going to give me 2 weeks, it fixes the one tablet, and then I go back onto monthly on the 9th. And I was over the moon. You can't, my aunts and my dad and Muerte, they know just how much that meant to me, because I'm at my end of my tether, eh? I wrote a letter to my mom 2 weeks ago. Mental health down here, man, it's been fucking hard. And without Muerte, my dad and my aunts, I wouldn't, honestly, it's, to do this to a person after 21 years, man. No. 21 years I've fought this. I've lost everything, and I've still fucking smiled till this. It's like, chop me off at the knees. I'm sorry, this is emotional.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, I don't, it's just, I wanted to get it across there. People on opioids, you're going to have to be careful, eh? Speak to your GP straight away. If you're on opioids, that is just a small portion of the drugs I'm on. I'm on 1200 gabapentin 3 times a day. I'm on amitriptyline. I'm on dolaloxetine. Because Muerte, he's seen it was panic attacks I was having. Every time I was coming to this Wednesday, I was panicking because I knew what I had to go through until I got the I still have to then go and stand at the chemist, man. Restless legs, you haven't slept for 4 nights, 4 days. And you've got to stand there and wait for your tablets, feeling sick. And, oh man, it's, so people, really, your health, tablets, yes, get off them, eh? If you can't, then lower them. But find out the side effects, because they attack without warning, and you've got them for life after that. Sorry, Muerte.
No, I wanted to just add that I think if people can think that coming off these drugs is a process the same as going onto them was a process, come off them slowly, gradually, let your body know what's happening, do a diary, understand what's happening. We've actually done that ourselves, and we offered to give it to the GP, and they said they're not even interested in it at all.
No, not interested. There's 10,000 other patients. I've had frozen shoulder for 10 months. I've just had a big cancer scare after my mom died. Cancer fucking cut out all over. Frozen shoulder. These restless legs because of this missing. And no one, they wouldn't even see me. And the GP said if I do see, I can only mention one thing. I can only mention one thing. So now I'm going on 1 year and 7 months with a frozen shoulder. The knee replacement's gone, and now if you look at the old videos, you'll see how much weight I've lost. I've lost like 20 kilos, which would be great, because she's had me up walking and getting back into life again, because I was here. That's all I had. That's all I had was here, and my mom and dad up there. And these people have just fucking left me, eh? And I've begged. Begged for help.
You've begged for help many times, and I think one of the main reasons for this video today is to really
showcase it, man.
Yeah, to show that
people are suffering with these opioids and no one's doing anything about it.
Because you're getting treated, you've got a finger pointed in your face telling you you're a drug addict. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting because the treatment shows what the people are thinking.
Yeah.
I know they've said to you that they've looked at your file and there's no record of it or anything like that. But when the ambulance came here to see you, the guy said to you, you don't want to become known as a morphine chaser.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? That's one injection in 20 years. And you don't want to be known as a morphine chaser.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's disgusting.
Because they cocked up again. It was a public holiday when all my meds were due. But no one thought to tell me, I don't know, I'm disabled. I'm stuck at home. I don't see shit like that.
Every day.
Why isn't the people with controlled drugs that affect them so badly when they miss them not being called to say, listen, Dale, your drugs are here. You better come get them, son. No, they don't even tell you.
No. And when you don't have drugs, they don't even point you in the right direction.
No. It's a nightmare. Yeah. There's so much more we could say about missing scripts and scripts not being written on time. And the whole move that puts the patient back months and takes years off his life from what he goes through. Now they tell me I had hemochromatosis, which is too much iron, which is bad for you. So there was a bleed one time, but we couldn't find where it is. They just pumped blood into me. This wasn't so long ago. They couldn't find the bleed because they weren't around when the attack actually happened. So hemochromatosis, now I'm anemic. Now I've got too little iron. Now they think there's a bleed somewhere else, but they can't find it. I've already gone through 2 years of every orifice being fucking poked. And and we couldn't find, and you know what it was? I said to my GP in the beginning, I said, Doc, this is like withdrawals, what I'm going through. And I should never have mentioned that word. Because from there, that must have been written in his notes or whatever, and it's gone the distance. Withdrawals, I can have withdrawals, but it's not. It's withdrawal-like side effects from the opioids. And I've been telling these GPs for years. No, we'll send you all on these tests. That can't happen. No, it doesn't work like that, Dale. It doesn't.
How many times have I listened to a GP explain to you that you don't get those side effects while I'm sitting watching you with your legs bouncing up and down, and you?
It's horrible.
I mean, it's. I think it's disgusting what we've been through over the last 6 months. I think one of the reasons for today's video is just to explain to people that we don't have the same protocols, or we can't release videos in the same way as other people.
It's been hard to get videos out and, to do things because my mind's just consumed with GPs and scripts, because I know when that doctor phoned me and said, I've sorted out the missing tablet, Dale, you all sorted. Where? Very next morning, he goes to pick up my tabs and she says, I can't release them because I can't read the doctor's handwriting. She's been doing these scripts for the last 7 months. She knows every Wednesday I get them. Now, this was the 2-week script to fix the missing tablet.
It's actually, it's actually only 4 months.
Stays there, and he says, no, this time I am not budging. I know what he's like at home. Give me the script. You've got it in front of you. So he goes, sit down. Anyway, she does. She gives him a week's worth, not the 2 weeks. So I phone the next day because she said she's going to speak to the doctor to sort out the handwriting. So she does that, but obviously she's got through to a different GP. And this GP's just turned around and said, oh, okay, well, he's got a week. Just give him another week from Wednesday. That'll take him to the 9th. But then I'm missing the tablet again. I've got to go through another Wednesday when I was just promised it was all over. It was all behind me. And someone goes the very next day and changes it. You can't live like that. It's disheartening. I've had no quality of life. You don't want to tell your dad or your aunt. You don't want to tell them because they worry, you know. Ah, man.
And the Wednesday that you're talking about is tomorrow morning.
Yeah, it's been every week.
It's taken us 4 or 5 days to film this video today.
Just this.
So I think if there's a if there's a plead somewhere, I would say we're battling, we're going through this, we are fighters, so we will carry on.
Hit
but
subscribe
some
and
help
say
would really be good.
Yeah, you're interested, you know. I don't know.
Write us a comment.
Yeah.
Write us a comment.
Fuck, I don't want, you know, I'm not looking for charity or anything.
Yeah, hit subscribe and that helps us. And if somebody says like, that helps us.
This is bullshit, and it's not just me that's going through this. I can tell you what, there must be hundreds of thousands of people out there going through what I'm going through right now with this opioid epidemic and its side effects. And what the doctors and Purdue in America have yet to answer for to him upstairs.
Yeah.
Because he sees it and he sees what I'm going through. Yeah, it's been an emotional roller coaster today, eh? It's been hard. I know I'm going to lose my leg. That's next. Because the knee, losing weight, great. But the knee replacement was already stuffed. It's 20 years old. It's custom, they can't fix it, and if they try to take it out, the bottom of the leg will just collapse. So he said to me, next time we go in Dale, because of the staphylococcus bone-eating bug you got, we'll take it off above the knee. So I've got that to look forward to, you know, with the lack of NHS out the store window leg. No, don't get me wrong.
No, that'll probably be good.
NHS are angels. Believe you me. I love them with all my heart. I've just encountered a bad apple of a chemist that has taken over what's going on with my GP, and I've been caught in the middle. And it was just wrong, so I left. I'm with this new practice now. Things are not exactly going rosy there, but what can you do, eh? Hopefully from the 9th, which is tomorrow, I'll get a full month script. Everything is fixed. Everything. I'm back. I'm Dale, the patient. I'm not this terrible... Do you know what I mean? I can't even go in a chemist now. Do you know that? Because I get that. I can't drink tea. I can't have a fag. Because I get so stressed. And they look in your eye. And you know your tablets are due. You know. And they'll say, no.
I have my own tale about
There's nothing here for you.
About this nonsense.
And then you have to go away and you have to think, hey, how do I fix this? Do I phone the GP again? Because you're like this, you're in tears, man. It's horrible. Horrible. Mental health is so important to physical health. And when the both sink, it's hard to get up.
Yeah, you need people with you. You need support.
Yeah, this has just been a fight too far. I couldn't do it on my own. I'm sorry. We'll have to end it there. We have to say thanks for everything. Thanks for listening. I'm okay. I'm sweet. I've got a big heart. And I'm an ex-Marine.
You're an ex-Marine. We love you.
Peace out.
Yeah, sweet. All the best. Bye-bye.